Hi guys, hope you're all well. Ink Fitness Guy, fit at 40, push yourself to success. It's Friday the 23rd of April, back on the bars today. Going to be doing 40 sets again, 600 reps in total. So let's get cracking with that. So yeah, it's been very warm today, so I'm kind of feeling a little bit tired today, to be honest, Some days it does hit you, and today, I can feel a little bit tired. I have been doing my other training, I've been continuing with that. So I think I'm tired today from that as well last night, So obviously as my challenge comes closer and closer, I will have to reduce that down again for next year. But this year I'm kind of hoping to keep training as much as I can, doing other things as well. Because I'm really enjoying it, and it's really beneficial to me. So tonight I'm actually shooting from two devices, just trying it out to see how it works, if it goes okay, and then I've got kind of a backup then, in case one video goes down. So hopefully I shouldn't have any problems in that sense anymore, which is obviously good news. It's hard days like today, they really test you, and it's so easy not to do your workout and just kind of chill out. But it's always good to push through that if you can, and obviously do your training, and then you can kind of relax after that. So no matter how bad I feel or tired, or sometimes if I'm even unwell, I'll carry on with my workout and do my best to get it done. Yeah, it's been really warm today. It's kind of unexpected, really. It was. I knew it was going to be warm, but a little bit warmer than expected. And I was going to kind of. I'm obviously it's nice outside, but I like to be. It's nice to be in a cool area, which is why I'm doing a lot inside still. Outside it's difficult sometimes to find a shaded area. I'm hoping I can kind of work on that shortly and get a nice outdoor area kind of set up, or obviously train in different areas and that, so I can get some more outdoor workouts done. Yeah, these are definitely going to be a tester today, you know. As I say, I'm feeling tired already, and these are a lot more testing the push-ups for me, so it is going to be a difficult workout, but you know, sometimes you just got to grin and bear it and get on with it. You don't have a choice sometimes. So it's one of them things you've got to try and mentally just push through. As I say, it's kind of hard for me as well not to get carried away, you know. Because I've never really trained for something like this. I mean, all the training I've done over the years has obviously built up my fitness levels, my stamina, my endurance, my strength. But it's been kind of a gradual process, you know. It's been something where everything's kind of complemented each other, and different training techniques I've done, I've obviously improved other areas of my training and my workouts. But this is a sole focus on 2 exercises, so it's kind of, this kind of training's new to me in that sense, you know. I mean, obviously, if you're training, you know, say for example, you're doing a lot of weight training, and you know you've got to improve your cardiovascular levels, then obviously it's kind of easy to go about that. You just kind of add in more, obviously, cardio training. You're running, you're walking, you're cycling, you're rowing, you're CrossFit, and any kind of things like that will obviously improve your lungs, improve your breathing. But if you're training for something, as I'm doing now, for something over that continual repetition over such a long period of time, it's obviously very, very difficult, you know. It's something that, as I say, I've never done, and I'm not 100% sure how to go about training it, to be honest. You know, I'm kind of training it how I'm thinking it's working, and how it's kind of benefiting me. You know, I'm sort of guessing I'm doing what's right, by, you know, I've built up now from, I think when I started on the bars it was 240 reps for my first workout. Now I'm up to like 640, so obviously I've built them numbers up really big now, and in my mind I'm sort of getting my body used to them repetitions now, staying around that sort of number. and I'm thinking that that's the best way to kind of do it. As I say, I've been, doing a kind of day on day off, and then I've added some back-to-back workouts in as well. But I'm kind of, as I say, really kind of gassing on that as well. But for the actual numbers I'm at now and the time I'm into my kind of training regime, I'm really chuffed with where I am. So I've got to kind of keep pulling myself back a little bit. I've still got 7 months worth of training, and it's no good me really doing workouts every single day for about 5 months before me challenge, because I'm just going to be kind of wasting energy and fatiguing my body unnecessarily. It's about getting the right balance all the way along, really. And I mean, I know I've said I've had kind of rest days, day on, day off, but I have been training me other things on me days off, so really I haven't had any rest days as such. Probably 2 or 3 over the whole sort of 5 weeks, 6 weeks training. So I'm kind of as well thinking that when I'm obviously not doing my other training on my challenge, then putting this in its place will kind of replicate that in a way, so it's not going to be too much of a shock to my system. As I say, if I'm training 6-7 days a week anyway now, then I'm not really having a rest period anyway, so I'm kind of building my body up in that way, and my mind also getting used to that. So it's about, as I say, trying to perfect what I'm kind of trying to achieve. As I say, it's every day for a year is such a massive thing, and sometimes I contemplate in my mind doing something for a week, or a month is obviously a massive achievement, but when I'm thinking like 52 weeks, 12 months consistently on a daily basis, it does feel like such a massive challenge, and it is, there's no doubt about that. And I'm enjoying the journey, the process of getting there. It's kind of like what I've got up to already. It took phenomenal dedication already, to kind of do it, 4 or 5 times a week. It's a real dedication just to that point, and then obviously, doing them extra days, as I say, just sometimes brings home the enormity of the challenge, but I'm using that in a positive way. It's not bringing me down or anything, it's just kind of the realisation of it, I think. you know, and I'm kind of thinking as well that, you know, I'm thinking if I was kind of in my mid-20s now, kind of in the prime of my training, then I think it would be really quite comfortable for me, to be honest. You know, because I was in such a focused state of training back then. I'm not saying I'm not in that state now, but I didn't have the responsibility I've got then now. And, you know, I had a lot more time to focus and perfect what I was trying to achieve then. So I think the me of 15 years ago would find it so much easier, but in the other way it's more of a challenge for me now, you know, so and you know, I think any kind of endurance exercise, whether it be over a week, over a month, or over a day even, like such as a marathon, any kind of achievement like that is massive. And you know, big respect to anybody who kind of does things like that. And you know, you've got to kind of rein yourself in as well, and actually not get sort of blinded by the end goal, in a sense. You know, it's obviously it's very important, the end result, it's where I want to be, but it's not the be all and end all of everything. You know, such as for example marathon runners, it's obviously there's very few runners who run a marathon and get a medal, or you know, a world record time, or even run for the country and things like that. But a lot of people do it for their own personal achievement, such as, you know, completing the marathon, or even getting onto the start line. For some people it's just a massive achievement. You don't know where people have come from, you don't know how people have got to the point where they are, you know. So some people have moved heaven and earth just to get on the start line of a marathon, you know. And even if they don't complete the marathon, it doesn't matter. They've already achieved so much by just doing what they've done. You know, it's not all about kind of medals and victories. It's about recognising what you've achieved anyway. You know, nowadays people often, you know, so easy to criticise somebody, and you know, there's a boxing match, or there's a, you know, a UFC fight, or a race or something, and somebody gets beaten easily or has an off day, and people start kind of slagging them off and things, and you know, not realising all they've achieved just to get where they are anyway, you know. So it's, as I say, you've got to look past what's actually happening in front of you sometimes. You know, the sacrifices people have to make. Things like marathon training, you know, and marathon running. I mean, the amount of hours people have to actually run and train, anything from 6 to 12 months before the marathon is quite incredible, really. To get your body be able to do that distance, it's any pace, you know. Again, it's not all about the speed all the time. It's about getting round a marathon, as it's such a high and far target for some people. You know, it just seems impossible at some stages, but you know, they gradually chip away at what they've got to achieve, chip away at the goal, and you know, each day kind of progress towards it. And as I say, if you actually spent 12 months of somebody's life watching how they train for a marathon, I think a lot of people would be gobsmacked, actually, to be honest. As I say, the daily training, the weekly training, or the early mornings, or the late nights, or the running when you're tired, training when you're tired, sacrificing other things to focus on your journey and progress through your journey. As I say, I think people would actually be shocked at the amount of effort it takes just to get on that start line. And you see it in a lot of things now, you know. I've seen it in the Olympics where people have trained something for almost 4 years, you know, and their aim is to get to the Olympics and win a medal. And I've seen it where they've got there and they've either got injured or they've been disqualified from the race. So obviously devastating for them, but you know, the achievement they've already got just by getting there is phenomenal. You know, and if they don't win a medal, they don't win the race, then yeah, obviously it's disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. And you know, I've trained in a gym the last couple of years, and there's some amazingly gifted lads there, and you know, for a lot of them, it's about winning things and rising up the rankings and achieving medals and things, but the achievement, what they've already got, is phenomenal. You know, the amount of training they do, the fitness levels are as high as can be, really, you know. I mean, I'm a fit lad, but compared to them, you know, they're on a whole nother level, you know, so And yeah, it's like when they'll have setbacks and things during the career, during the training, but they've got to kind of keep one eye on where they actually are, you know, and what they've already achieved, and you know, as I say, the dedication they put into what they're doing over the years is obviously there for anyone to see. It's a mass amount of dedication for so many things, and you know, it's just respect to them, really, you know, 100% to sacrifice, you know, a lot of the time what they've had to do and that, so it's really great. It's like with me, you know, I've never really had a specific goal over my years of training. I've wanted to get fitter, I wanted to get stronger, I wanted to improve my physique, not from an egotistic point of view, but from making myself feel good, you know, and obviously by training, by working out, you go in a sort of build a better physique, obviously, and it's nice to kind of look at yourself not in a arrogant way or a, you know, a big-headed way, but in a way that you can kind of think, yeah, I'm happy, you know, in my body, in the way I've trained and where I am at, and I'm proud of how I've got there, and all the hard work I've kind of put in. You know, I see so many people now on Instagram, on YouTube, and they're finding their own thing, what they can sort of achieve, what they want to achieve at. You know, I'm in reasonable shape, as I say, for my age, but I've gone past the point now where I'm too old to do a lot of things, really. I couldn't go into CrossFit and win competitions. I couldn't go into Muay Thai, professional fighting, and win many fights or any fights. I couldn't go into kind of strongman for me age and weight limit and win things, because my training hasn't been kind of focused on that. So for me, this is kind of my, you know, my goal, my end sort of achievement from everything. I mean, for me, you know, it's been obviously the training I've done, even though I never knew I was going to do this. It has set me in good stead for it, and you know, I think these two exercises are my real stand out kind of things I can perform on, really. So, you know, it's giving me, it's a unique thing I'm doing as well, and it's giving me a chance to achieve something not many people have done, or if anybody's done it, I don't know. You know, and it'll give me such a massive sense of achievement, and you know, hopefully really improve so many aspects of my life, you know, and But it already is, to be honest. You know, I'm really enjoying the process at the moment. You know, I'm enjoying the process so much that you know, it's weird because I don't come up to, even today I'm so tired, you know. But it's not, I'm not dreading it. Because I know what it's doing for me, and I know it's helping me achieve what I want to achieve, and the benefits far outweigh the negatives. So I always kind of keep that in my mind. I try and, as I say, use the positives, focus on the positives, drive out any negativity with the positives, and you know, use that to spur me on. And you know, again, I sit down at night and I think, wow, you know, just done 600 repetitions there, or you know, just done a workout from a really tough position. Already tired, already ready and able to relax, but I didn't. You know, so again, it's all little steps that you can put together to create a long line of positivity, and you know, as I say, use that to your advantage. Just going to put the light on, it's gone a little bit dark actually. So yeah, that's a bit better. Didn't realise how dark it was going actually. Yeah, I mean, negativity is a tough one. I mean, I have been over my lifetime a very, very negative person, to be honest. You know, it's hard to explain, but I would find it very difficult to get the positives to overtake the negatives. Whereas now, it's really second nature to me now. I mean, the last 10 years in particular, I've kind of worked so hard mentally to improve my mindset, to kind of match in with my physical abilities really. It's so difficult when you've got a negative mindset to achieve things. You know, and I think achievement an easier way, you know, obviously if you're positive about things, you're positive about doing something, it makes it 10 times easier, it really does. As I've proved with this challenge now, feeling positive every workout is a massive difference. You know, and I mean, I think with me starting this during the lockdown as well, it's it's given me more of a kind of focus through that, definitely. I'm always thinking about my next workout. I'm thinking about what I'm going to talk about. I'm thinking about how many reps I'm going to do. Am I going to have a day off, or I'm going to do back-to-back workouts? You know, it's so much to think about, and it's not a chore. I enjoy thinking about it during the day, planning what I'm going to do, and you know, it's nice for me to do that, and it's been really, really good for me. And yeah, you know, I know it's exercise helps a lot of people now. You know, there's so many people who do it now for their own personal reasons, or for, you know, wanting to try and achieve something. So, and I think the general thing all around exercise, where it used to be kind of something that people didn't want to do because it was seen as hard and obviously difficult, which it still is, but I think there's so much talk about it now, there's so much of it around, and by being that way now, it's definitely brought all the positivity into it now, you know. You know, and again, the amount of people that train now, it's phenomenal. You know, the way it's moved on over the years is incredible, and I genuinely think it's not ever going to slow down. I think, if anything, it's gradually going to increase as time goes on. I genuinely think now, through generations, there's more kids training now, there's more teenagers training, going to the gym, you know, doing sports, and going down to school levels as well. There's a lot more school kids now who are in clubs actively training after school. You know, and obviously by that increase in people training, there's more demand for teachers, there's more demand for coaches, there's more demand for people to pursue careers in, you know, training people, and it's an ongoing process and knock-on effect all the way along. And as I say, as the numbers continue to rise of everything, then it's only going to get bigger and bigger, and there's a lot more kind of varied ways of exercising now as well. You know, a lot more avenues to kind of go down and pursue if you want to. So the choices are phenomenal out there now, and you know, there's so much people can choose to do. So you know, and I think there's something for everybody now. Whereas years ago, obviously there was there wasn't as much about. People may have felt intimidated to go into a gym or a martial art gym, but nowadays I think that's kind of gone now, when people see that a lot of people are who actually train in martial arts or go to the gym, and the really big guys are actually really nice people, you know, and they're great people to be around and train with. And I think that kind of image, what people had in the mind, is kind of gone now, and as I say, it's a lot more things about now to choose from. And obviously there's a lot more people out there teaching, a lot more ways you can get advice on things. As I say, it's gone on tenfold from where it was when I was in my early 20s, mid 20s, and right now there's almost a gym on every corner, and as I say, it's getting bigger and bigger all the time, and it's lovely to see that, you know. And I think generally people are, although some are training kind of for the egos and things, I think a lot of them are genuinely interested in the health now, even at a very young age, which is obviously really good. You know, for me, I didn't really focus on my health at all until I was probably 22. So, you know, it's obviously 22 years where I didn't really give it a second thought, to be honest, you know. But now I now see kids who are 10, 11, 12, and yeah, they're drinking loads of water, and they're exercising, they're training, and they're watching what they're eating, and you know, they're looking a lot healthier now, the children are, and they're looking a lot fitter and a lot more kind of switched on mentally, which I think is a massive benefit from the way exercise has come on over the last 10 years or so. You know, and it does have a knock-on effect through family generations and things. If your mum and dad are into fitness, into a healthy lifestyle, into looking after themselves, then it's going to be passed down, and your kids are going to want to follow that route. You know, they're going to kind of look up to you and hopefully see what you're trying to teach them and appreciate it, you know, not see it as you're kind of trying to lecture them or force them into doing something, you know. See it more as a guidance, you're showing them a kind of another option, really, a choice, a chance for them to, you know, feel what you're kind of feeling. I mean, obviously a massive one is computers nowadays. I mean, you know, the typical kind of lad, 10 plus, well, obviously, if you let him just sit on his computer every single day, probably for 10, 12 hours, you know, and that's, obviously if he's training, if he's got somewhere to go, somewhere to be, if he's training for a couple of hours a day or an hour a day, then he can enjoy that time afterwards. But he's getting his exercise and he's making his body work, he's making his muscles work, his heart and lungs are working. You know, he's getting all the benefits into his body, or her body, before they actually, you know, kind of do them kind of things. And you know, it's great for kids to enjoy, obviously playing on computers and things like that, but there's got to be a kind of limit, and you've got to try and set them an example, a line where they've, you know, got to complete the training first, then they can have the day kind of doing what they want. So, and it's really beneficial to them, to you. Obviously when they're training, they're getting an intake of water in as well, getting their body hydrated, fueling the body for the day ahead. So it's all really good positive outcome. So there we go, guys. 40 sets, 600 reps. Really pleased with that. About 46 minutes, but I'm not too bothered about the time, just pleased with the workout. Glad I managed to do it when I was tired. Big thanks to everyone who's watching my channel, subscribing, spreading the word. Please keep doing so. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in a little while. Thank you.